Hi, welcome to the catch-up video for week 5, dealing with drama. So let's get straight into it. You will have had your workbooks, which will have been sent to you. So here we go. I'll just read, it's just easier. The drama roundabout. Drama can be both self-inflicted, or it could be that other people and situations seem to appear from nowhere. The idea of today's exercise is for us to look at life with a fresh pair of eyes and to think about what it is that causes us unnecessary drama, and what we can do to either start to avoid this or how to deal with it if it arises in the future. So what do I mean by self-inflicted? This could be habits that we have or may not know that we do certain things. It could be that we continue to get involved in situations that do nothing but cause us stress. It may be that we're stuck in a certain way of thinking, like a stuck record, that we just continue to play. So stress caused by others. We all know those people who seem to travel around from one person to another and seem to always be involved within a drama. And before we know it, we end up being a part of it too. Sometimes, and this has happened to me, is that you end up being the cause of the drama when you know full well it's nothing to do with you. So the next couple of pages, we will start to look at the who, where, when of drama and start to put in place ways of either avoiding or of dealing with it. So first exercise that I want you to do is I want you to think about who uplifts you and who drains you. So we've got our radiator there, who makes you feel warm and fuzzy, and who, like the drain there, you put the phone down or you walk away from it and you think, my Lord, lost the will to live. So before you do this exercise, I want you to think a couple of things. It's who's around you. It could be people you work with or volunteer with, friends, family, neighbours, and this isn't a personal thing, if this makes sense. It's not I'm going to sit here and call them. This is about you getting to know how you feel when you are around certain people. So it gives you an option to either spend a little less time with them if you're able to, or if you are spending time with them because maybe they're family and you need to do, is how do you look after yourself when you're with them? What are some of the things that we're doing? Are we asking them, are they okay? And you know this is going to be followed by a 25-minute just rampage of everything that's wrong with them. So this is about you learning to recognise who uplifts you and who drains you. Another way of checking this is it's called the mobile phone test. So it's imagining that someone's name comes up on your mobile phone. You think, oh right, must get that. Or you think, oh no. So it's just a little exercise to help you know a little better about who uplifts you and who drains you. So press pause on the video for a moment while you fill this in on your booklet. Okie dokie. In this section, we're going to look at drama from ourselves. So I want you, without overthinking, to complete the boxes and put down all of your drama in the appropriate boxes. So the first one, write down how you cause your own drama. So this, for example, and we all do this, but I want us to start to recognise it. So example, over worrying about a situation. Simple question that comes in. What if the bus is late? Then that turns into, what if it doesn't turn up? What if I'm late? What will they say? Will I be in trouble? Will people like me? Will they not allow me in? So for one simple question, it's then expanded. We've created this drama, and every time we're asking another question or creating another situation, our body doesn't know if that's real or not, and it's feeling it. So before you know it, you feel like you're in a state of panic, when actually what you've done is asked a really good question. Are there certain situations that cause you drama? So example, asking someone if they've had a nice weekend and knowing what the answer will already be. You must be joking, too much to do, weekend, what weekend, da, 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 da. So just, are we creating that? Are we asking questions? Are we doing things that we know will open a floodgate that actually we knew already? Are there certain places when you feel the drama? For example, personally, I can't think of anything worse than being in a department store at the height of a busy Saturday afternoon. There are dramas everywhere. I think when we go into supermarkets or somewhere like that, people don't have a choice. They need food. It's not let's go and buy something lovely. Let's go and book a holiday. That's a choice. That's a dream right now. This is about people. We have to eat. We have to drink. So they're going in whatever mood they're going in. And a lot of people, there's a lot of anxiety right now about cost of living, and rightly so. People are double checking, they're going in, can I afford this? So all of that internal is there. Excuse me 1 second. All of that internally is there. So that is about how, are you going to go at the height of the day where it's really, really busy? I would rather go first thing in the morning, random day of the week, get there before anyone else is there. So it's just about knowing if that's one of the things that causes you drama and you need to go. When can you go that won't necessarily be the midst of a Saturday afternoon? Now, you might be looking at this and thinking, I love going on a Saturday afternoon. I can get lost in the crowds. Brilliant. But we're looking at what is the things that causes us drama. So pause the video for a moment, and then you can have a look at your answers. Write your answers down there and have a look at them. Now we're going to look at drama from others. So drama can also be that other people and situations seem to appear and create all kinds of drama. So we're going to put down all of their drama in the appropriate boxes. We all know these people. We've all met these people. Busy minding your own business. And before you know it, they've come along, dumped a load of stuff on you, and they often then walk off and leave you with it. So we're going to look at who causes drama. Example, the friend who always puts you down or replies in a negative way. I always think be really careful what we share with people. So a couple of things here. If you're upset over something, we always say it's good to talk, and it is good to talk, but be mindful who you're talking to. If you're going to share it with somebody who's going to do nothing but pour oil on the fire, be really careful there. You don't want somebody who's adding to your already worries or anxious feelings. And same if you've got a good idea. Don't tell the person who will find the negative and everything. There's nothing wrong with having a sounding board and someone says, have you thought of this? Not a problem with that. But we've all met those people who, no matter what you do, it's never enough. And before you know it, you walk off and your enthusiasm has completely gone as well. So just be mindful there. But who causes that? Where are the certain places that cause you drama? Example, having too many things to do in a short time, then getting stressed at the queue and having to listen to the person moaning at the till. And again, you may understand that. I know if I go to a supermarket, not so much now because I'm in a different area, but there were certain places, certain shops I didn't go to because I just felt really drained when I came out. Or there were certain people on the tills, you knew, again, who. So it's who and the where together. You come out feeling like, well, wow, wish I'd not bothered. So where are the certain places that cause you the drama? And are there certain situations that cause you drama? For example, it could be invited to certain occasions where you know that will end up being a drama, certain family parties or works outings. Often where we're going and we might not even want to go, we might not feel comfortable going. It's about recognising them. Same as the certain places, but if we use doctors, they're going to be busy, they're going to be full of people who are not feeling very well, so the moods aren't going to be particularly well. It's recognising them, and then we can put some strategies in place to be able to deal with them. Also, are there certain situations, this might be where we bring in how to say no. Or bring in our boundaries at that point. So I'll give you a moment, press pause, and then come back when you've done that. So dealing with catastrophizing thoughts, A to Z thinking. So this is something I can fall foul to at times. It's when we have an initial thought and before you know it, it's turned into a major catastrophe. It's as though we've described we are going to write the script in a drama movie, and this is the worst case scenario we can come up with. So why does our mind do this? Well, interestingly, it's our brain's way of thinking it's looking after us. It goes back to primitive times. It's on the lookout for danger, but it's been let loose, hence the blockbuster film that's now playing in your mind. Now, here is the thing, that thoughts, your body doesn't know the difference between reality and the made-up scene in your head. So your body responds to the dramatic thoughts, and you feel this in every part of your being. So it doesn't realise that you've just thought of something, gone to worst case scenario, hence A to Z. And actually you're thinking about the worst case scenario, and your body thinks it's real. So you're bringing in drama, you're bringing in trauma. It's not needed. This feels like fuel as your thoughts, you begin to panic, and this just increases your thoughts. You have bigger thoughts, bigger worries, and it spirals. Before we know it, we're dealing with overwhelm and panic. So we're going to take a breath and take a moment. So tips to deal with A to Z thinking. Remember, thoughts are just that, thoughts. It doesn't make them true. Recognise this for what it is, your mind playing tricks on you. Use one of the coping strategies, maybe go for a walk and move around a little, shake off those feelings. Practice one of the breathing exercises, such as finger breathing. And remember that this will pass. So it's remembering, recognising, I've had a thought, I've got a worry, and we've gone, like I said, from A to Z. What we want to do is recognise that and then bring it back. Maybe I need to look at B and C and D. We're not going to worst case scenario. Gives you a little bit of control back as well. So I find that really helpful. I'll often say, A to Z, bring it back. It's your brain looking after you, bring it back. Let's look at where we were, look at where we are now. This one is really powerful and works really well with A to Z. So imagine pages and pages of writing without punctuation. Streams of words just going on and on. No time to take a breath or to pause, to let the words and questions sink in. When you're overthinking, this is what happens with your thoughts. So, for example, you have a thought that comes into your head. It could be a relevant thought or a random question. And your mind, which is like a giant computer, hears you ask it like a question and brings back answers. Answers and more answers. Possibly even more questions. Like the above, there are no pauses to breathe. It just spirals until we feel every single thought in our body. In summary, we've allowed our thoughts to ramble and ramble. Now we're going to look at adding some simple punctuation to these same thoughts to slow and stop overthinking. So you can see here, we've got a full stop, a comma and a question mark, all looking very pretty, might I say. So we're going to use that with our thinking. So punctuations for thought, this is where you bring in the above punctuation to your mind. I know it sounds a bit silly, but trust me, actually it really does work. It takes a little discipline to start with when it is going to start, but soon with practice becomes a new and much healthier habit. So this is how it works. I want you to start to imagine your thoughts and mind as something separate. So you're going to notice what is going on there. You're going to notice your thoughts. You know the A to Z? I've noticed, this is where I am. This in itself takes practice, and I find breathing and mindfulness exercises work really well alongside this. If you can visualise what's being said by your mind, like see it as text in a book or listening to it, that works just as well. This is about separating, not allowing it just to keep running. You're going to help to slow down that spiral by interrupting the downward spin. So we're going to stop it. We're going to get it to A to Z. If it goes to A to Z, we're going to bring it back. We're not going to allow it to continue and build. Now, we're going to add some punctuation, and please don't worry if you're like me and you struggle with remembering this from school. We're going to go for basic places to pause and stop. As your thoughts start to come in, add either a comma, a question mark or a full stop and breathe in the appropriate places. So comma, this means pause and breathe. Allow your thoughts to catch up. Remember to breathe and allow yourself to relax. Question mark. This means just that. It's a question. The dot is a full stop. So do just that. Stop. Is the question relevant? Do we need to answer it? If we do answer it, don't forget to add the full stop at the end. If the answer leads to another question, repeat this selection. Learn to know when enough is enough. Often questions lead to more questions, So if we look at the dealing with drama earlier, I wonder what time the bus is. What will happen if the bus doesn't turn up? What happens if I'm late? What will people think? Question. The first question, I wonder what time the bus is. Full stop. It's a good question. It's a relevant question. Let me look into that. And then more questions might come in. I wonder what happens if it doesn't turn up. Okay, good question. Let's have a look at what time the next bus is. So it's allowing to hear those questions, but then not letting them continue. People won't like me. What will people think? Bring that big. By the way, that's not in your control. What's in my control? What's out of my control? That isn't in control what other people think. Full stop means to stop. That thought is finished. No carrying it on. It stops. You can even say full stop out loud. So we're giving our minds some boundaries. Remember, you are in charge, not your overthinking mind. Often someone will ask a question and they'll answer it themselves. And they answer it they find the solution themselves. Often people you find your own solutions. What happens then is they won't talk ourselves out of it because we haven't stopped. So it's remembering to go, this is the question, this is the answer, full stop. Not allowing that to continue and talk yourself out of it and find yourself overwhelmed and panicked again. Those two together, A to Z thinking and overthink, the full stop, comma, question mark, work brilliantly with drama and work really well with overthinking and worrying. Okay, back to you doing some work. Let's take a moment and think about ways to deal with drama and to make a plan. So I want you now to press pause in a moment and I want you to come up with all the different things that you could do here that will help you take that step away from that drama roundabout. Take that step off. Give yourself some space. So it could be go for a walk. We're learning to say no. Actually, I don't want to go to that occasion. I'm not able to do. I've got other things on. We are looking at ways that we can step away, give ourselves some space. If someone's asked you, or you see someone, you see them on the phone and they're asking you to do something, how can you plan to reply to that? If you've got to go somewhere, and I worry about parking, fine, that's okay, it's a valid worry. So what I'm going to do is spend some time doing some research beforehand. I'm going to ask if I'm going somewhere, is there parking? Is it easy to get to where I'm going to? Do I need to set off earlier? I'd rather be early somewhere and go for a coffee or sit in the car with my Kindle. Those are dealing with my dramas. So what are the things that you're able to do at that part here? Press pause and add lots of wonderful ideas onto there as well. So we're coming back to now the dealing with drama. We've looked at the dramas we create. We've looked at the dramas other people create. We've looked at some A to Z thinking and the full stop. We've looked at what we don't want to be getting involved with anymore because actually going at that time every day causes me absolute huge amounts of anxiety when actually I don't need to firstly go every day and secondly I don't need to go at that time. So that's what we're looking at now. So thinking about who causes your drama, what steps can you take? What steps can you take around the places that cause you drama? So if I'm having to go to a Trafford Centre, I don't want to go on a Saturday. I'd maybe go on a Tuesday morning first thing, where it's quiet, get there as it opens, and then I'm leaving as everybody else is queuing to get in. What steps can you take when you feel drama? Actually, because we've got to go to places. It might be we've got to go to the dentist or we've got to go to the hospital or the doctors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Kindle with me, maybe take my headphones with me so that I can go in and just bring myself into me and my world. I'm going to make sure that I've got plenty of time to park when I go somewhere. I'm going to do some finger breathing, some breathing exercises. I'm going to take something with me so I can colour in, do some journaling. You get the idea there. So please press pause there and look at what steps you can take based on the things that were causing you drama. And that's it. We've finished. We've looked at all of the things that cause us the drama. We've looked at ways of dealing with them, and hopefully this page has just helped us to sum up. Keep these about as you start to notice things. Remember, it's I am, I can. What am I feeling? What's causing this? Capture it, and then you can start to put these steps in place again. And if needs be, make small changes or remove that from our world if we're able to. I hope it's been really helpful. As always, thank you for listening. Any questions, just let me know and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye, bye, bye.